help us to stay focused and to really try to meet your needs as well.
Yeah, which I'd say is one of the great things about, and thanks for participating in the activity, because it really does help guide us. And one of the things, I think I might have just gotten rid of the one from 2 years ago, but I know last year's is around, and we even compare trends. And to be honest, same trends every year, and it's kind of funny. We want to talk, a lot of times conferring comes up, assessment comes up, although we were noticing maybe some new ideas showing up, which is exciting as well. Oh, I could have gone on a gallery walk there. But so along that same line, we then try to couch what we're doing around these certain outcomes, and that gives you an idea of what to expect, and everything that we do then ties back to that. And so at the end, we'll be asking you to reflect on what's something that you really got and what's something you need to know more about, maybe even just based from the session. And so all the activities we're doing, you'll be able to connect back to these three ideas. The growing and learning around workshop teaching, the networking opportunities with teachers or schools using workshop teaching, and then teachers teaching teachers. Observing that workshop teaching with that classroom learning lab debrief protocol thinking. So how are we doing that safely and non-judgmentally to advance ourselves forward? So those are the outcomes we'll focus around. And our agenda then, we've kind of now walked through that opening part, which always takes a little bit longer, especially the first time, but we're going to get into notice and note, and we're going to look at the section on the questions we ponder. You're going to get a chance to analyze at least one particular question and then transfer that to your work. We're going to get a chance to actually observe a reading workshop mini lesson in action. Then what we're going to do is dive into, we've got a nice Venn diagram that kind of shows how the new expectations of science, the new expectations of ELA and math, and how those are all pulling on you. And it's a Venn diagram, right? So exciting how it overlaps. So we're going to give that to you to analyze and think it through, and then bring that back to workshop teaching. And what are you seeing that are good overlaps? In other words, the big bang for the buck. And then how does that connect to those promises of workshop teaching, and then even possibly into the notice and note questions you're pondering. And then taking all that also and applying it to possibly the MESA unit, and then that reflection piece, which Nellie and I are terrible at, but we vow to make sure you do the reflection, because all the research says that's the most important part. Working agreements, so we're just asking you to listen with attention, speak with that intention, maintaining our confidentiality, taking care of our group, and having fun, which goes really well in this after-school session, especially just even how I know we're all kind of getting to know each other. It's kind of like people getting together. The cell phones are silent. Check your email during breaks. And we want you to have your technology out. And if you don't have technology, we always will have the cart here for you to use if it's something you want to access or to get to.
And maybe even after, during break, if they don't.
Sure.
They should
Yep, you can get it started up. And understand with the cell phone thing, it just means silent, right? If you need to take a call, by all means take the call. We all know things come up. You might have a 3-week-old baby at home and your wife might need you for something, or husband or whatever. We understand. We're going to have a parking lot for you. So if there's something that we failed to put on the dots, or you're thinking, they're just not listening to me, then write it down on a sticky and slap it up here, or you can hand it directly to us. We promise not to hold it, take it personally, and move forward. So with that, we're going to dive into our book. And Nellie's going to take you through the notice and note piece and looking at that.